Welcome to the 5-Minute English Vocabulary Podcast. My name is Herbert Lee, and I'll be your host. Now you can easily improve your vocabulary without memorizing long lists of boring words, and still develop a powerful command of English. You'll learn the origin of words, or etymology, told as easy-to-remember stories. You'll also hear some jokes, and learn some idioms as well. Episode 22, Latin Words in English, Part 1. Many English learners may not realize how often English words are actually taken verbatim from both ancient and modern languages. Latin, in particular, has been extremely influential, not only on the Romance languages, such as French, Spanish, and Italian, but also on today's English. It may come as a surprise to learn that English speakers use common Latin phrases every day, more commonly, though, in writing than in speaking. So in the next 4 sessions, you're going to be learning Latin phrases and expressions that have come into the English language. Let's get started. A cappella. A-C-A-P-E-L-L-A. In the manner of the church, or the manner of the chapel. This is applied to singing without accompaniment. In other words, no other musical instrument except the human voice. Among those in recent musical traditions who have attempted a cappella singing are Bobby McFerrin and the Manhattan Transfer. Addendum. A-D-D-E-N-D-U-M. An addition to a document after its printing. The Latin literally means something that must be added. My latest book, which ran to 750 pages, now includes an essential addendum that further provides my whole argument. Ad hoc. A-D-H-O-C. What does it mean? Done or created when needed or necessary. The Latin roots. The word ad hoc comes from the Latin words ad, which means to or for, and hoc, which means this. This translates to for this, or for this situation. Here's ad hoc used in a sentence. If we find that we don't have enough employees to finish the project on time, we can hire more on an ad hoc basis. Agenda. A-G-E-N-D-A. It means a list or plan of items to be discussed or accomplished, usually in a meeting. The roots in Latin. The word comes from agenda, which means things to be done. Its plural form in Latin is agendum. Here it is in a sentence. I wanted to discuss the traffic problem at our city council meeting, but it wasn't on the agenda. I'll have to wait until the next meeting. Alibi. A-L-I-B-I. It means a piece of evidence showing you were somewhere else when a crime was committed. Its roots come from Latin, alibi, and this word means elsewhere. Here it is in a sentence. The judge couldn't accuse the woman of robbery, as she had a great alibi. She was on vacation in Mexico when the crime was committed. Altruism. A-L-T-R-U-I-S-M. It means caring about others and selflessly doing things to help them. Its roots, altruism, comes from the Latin word alter, which means other. Here it is in a sentence. Altruism is very important to me. I want to make the world a better place by helping others. Anno Domini. ANNO-DOMINI. You also see this more commonly as an abbreviation, AD. So most of you know BC is before Christ. AD literally means the year of our Lord. It refers to dates occurring after the supposed incarnation of Christ. It was invented in the 6th century by the Greek monk Dionysius Exiguus and popularized by the English historian the Venerable Bode in his Historica Ecclesiastica. In more recent years, it was replaced by Common Era, or CE, and Before Common Era, BCE. I wrote my book in 2019, Anno Domini. Bona fide, B-O-N-A-F-I-D-E. It means genuine or sincere. Bona fide comes from the Latin word of the same spelling and means in good faith. In other words, no fraud or deceit. The opposite of bona fide in Latin is malafide, which means in bad faith. Here's a sentence. My neighbor has a bona fide piece of jewelry from ancient Egypt. He showed me the certificate. Carpe diem, most commonly translated as seize the day. This expression is used to encourage a person to make the most out of the present day and not to wait for the future. Its roots, literally in Latin, it means pluck the day. Carpe means pluck, and diem is day. Here it is in a sentence. I really shouldn't spend so much money on one night out, but oh well, carpe diem. Okay, so we're going to stop here for session 1. Watch out for next week for part 2 of Latin phrases in English. Until then, it's Herbert Lee saying bye for now.